Hey everyone, welcome back to the Broad Street. I'm here with Bryce I. I'm Jim Croger, and it's been a while. I know we apologize, but we're back. We're kicking off the summer the right way. It's Memorial Day this weekend. We're going to start uploading many more episodes.
It's an exciting time. We're going to be dropping a lot of episodes, at least 2 a week. We've been busy, but now we're done school. We're feeling good, and it's going to be a fun summer.
Yeah, definitely. If you guys want to reach out and come on, NBA playoffs are really interesting right now. If you want to talk football with the OTAs or baseball, literally whatever, reach out to us. Come on. We love having you guys on the show. It makes it a lot more fun.
We talk everything but soccer. Not talking soccer in this podcast. Just want to point that out there.
All right, Bryce, you want to kick it off with Bryce's best bets?
Yes, I do. And you know what?
Sometimes I will. Wait, hold on. Let me say something real quick. Guys, now more than ever, you have to listen to this man. I don't want to say anything. All I'm just going to say is you have to listen to this man. He has been focused these last couple of days. That's what I'm going to say. I don't want to jinx anything or anything like that. He's focused.
So, I'm not going to sit here and lie. I'm not going to lie to the fans. I went 0-4 on my last one, and I decided I have to take a back seat. And for the last 2 weeks, I've been studying the NBA playoffs for the fans.
Researching, analyzing data.
I analyzed. I had to get it together. I had to regroup. I just said to myself, I can't let the fans down like that again. That was an embarrassing performance. It ate me up, and now I'm currently 8-9, a losing record. It's been keeping me up at night, Jim, to say the least. It's been beating me up. So, but currently, and Jim can confirm, and a couple other people, I'm currently 8-1 in the NBA playoffs so far. 8-1. 8-1, folks. I'm not making it up. I'm just saying 8-1, a hot start. And, I'm feeling good. So coming into tomorrow night, I'm only telling basketball right now because my only focus has been on basketball. I haven't looked at any other sports. It's been all basketball because I have to deliver for the fans. Mm-hmm. My first game tomorrow, I'm taking the Atlanta Hawks. I understand they're -4, but I don't like them at -4. I like a money line. I don't hate them at -4, but I'd rather have a money line. I think this is a back and forth series.
They are home, though.
They are home, which is a big deal. Trae Young's got all the momentum in the world. He's pissed. A fan spit on him in the last game. That
was terrible.
That's an unbelievable move. Like, I just can't believe a fan would do that. He spit over 50 Cent's girlfriend and hit Trae Young. That's crazy.
I think it hit her too. Like, if you see in that video, she goes like this because I think
it looked like a legit loogie too. That guy didn't. It was a legit one, and that was that you hate to see it.
Yeah,
that's just a wild move. But yeah, I like them. I think the Hawks. I watched the Knicks. I actually bet the Knicks in the second game, and I bet the Hawks in the first game. Both winners, no big deal. And the Knicks pulled together and put out an incredible dub. I think part of that reason is, the fans behind them. But at the end of the day, the Hawks are, to me, just much better team than the Knicks. The Knicks are riding that momentum, but the Hawks, Nate McMillan's come up with a great scheme to stop Julius Randle. He's had in both games really bad games.
He didn't even play well last night. Towards the end, he struggled in the first half. He went 5 for 16. I think he had 12 rebounds and 15 points, but still, he hasn't been as dominant as he was in that home stretch of the season.
He looks like a bit of a shell of himself. He's kind of confused with what he wants to do. He doesn't know if he wants to post up. He's been standing at the three-point line, trying to make moves. He's not that.
This is his first playoffs, though, correct?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
So, you got to give, and it's not like, for me, the Knicks, they came out of nowhere at the end of the season and started winning games and really, got that 4th seed, but they're still kind of new to this all, they got D Rose, who has some experience, but Taj Gibson, Reggie
Bullock, like Alec Burke has been like their second best player, and like Alec Burke was literally like a 1-year deal type player. They're just not an all-around great team. I love the Knicks. I love the story.
They'll grow into a good team in these couple years.
RJ Barrett, I think, is going to be a really solid NBA player. I think they've got some young talent. Emmanuel quickly looking good, but at the end of the day, like, it took Derrick Rose's best game ever to pull them off to a dub that they miraculously won. They actually blew a lead a little bit at the end and barely won at the end. I just think the Hawks are just a way better team than them. Danilo Gallinari, Trae Young, Bogdanovic, they rebound much better. They're just a better team. They're going to beat them at home. I actually don't mind the -4 now that I really think about it, but money line, I think they're, basically a lock.
One
I
thing
don't
to look out for, though, in this game tomorrow, Bogdanovich only made 2 3-pointers last night. So,
Yeah.
he's a way better shooter than, I think he went for, 2 for 9 or 2 for 10.
Yeah,
He's way better.
The other thing I saw was I saw that Trae Young in the first game or two. He was I'm not much of a prop bet guy. I don't know if this is still the thing, but he was his prop bet was over under 1.5 3-pointers. I always like that for Trae Young. I mean, he can shoot the lights out once he gets the confidence. So if that's there, you could sprinkle a little bit of money on that. I wouldn't make it a huge play, but you could do that. But yeah, I really like the Hawks tomorrow. I like them, love them money line, like them a lot -4. Either way, I think they're a lock, especially money line. With my second game, I don't need to really get into this. I'm taking Brooklyn minus the 7.5. And I'd probably also take them halftime. I actually really like them halftime as well. They're probably -3.5, 4.5 at halftime. I would take them both. The Celtics don't stand any match to the Nets. It's embarrassing. Jason Tatum is exhausted out there. Marcus Smart is nothing. Without Jaylen Brown, they're just they stand no match between the Nets. This was a really easy series for the Nets, and they'll sweep them easy. It's going to be an easy sweep. I would take them the next game too. Even whatever they're giving, the Nets are going to kill them. I don't really think I need to get too much into this. We all know how good the Nets are. They've all been playing great. It's just not really much of a series. It's just one of those things that, you just don't even watch the games. You just see what the score is every now and then you go through it. So, yeah, I'm taking the Nets. I'd like them first half, and for the game, I would take them both. And then for the Clippers. Now, this is a tough game.
Watch what you pick here.
This is a really, really, really tough game.
Tough pick.
I understand the Mavericks are really, really hot right now, and Luka Doncic is proving to be easily a top 5 player in the league to me. I mean, the guy does it all.
He's 22 years old.
Yeah, I mean,
it's ridiculous.
He's just unbelievable, especially the fact that he's not like an athletic freak. He's just outplays everybody. And he doesn't miss shots. He's not going to go through the legs, alley-oop slam. He's not going to hit you know what I mean? He's just such a good shooter. And
that crazy one-legged 3-pointer was insane the other night.
They need to keep Patrick Beverley off Luka Doncic. I don't understand what goes through Ty Lue's head.
He's too small.
Patrick Beverley's just a really horrible NBA player. He just got paid a lot for his personality, and I think a lot of teams, especially the Clippers, are realizing that. And he just gets great players going. I think he's part of the reason why they've been losing is the fact that he's guarding Luka and he's talking shit to Luka, and Luka's just outplaying him, outplaying the whole entire team. And it's also something Luka just plays different against the Clippers. I don't know what it is. He just plays different against them.
He had a great series against them last year in the bubble. And for me, I don't get how you don't start that game. And if Kawhi is your best defender on your team, best player, you put Kawhi on Luka. You know what I mean? Luka's still going to get his. But why they still have Patrick Beverley even lining up against him on some plays?
I personally don't even think Patrick Beverley should be getting time in an NBA game. I'm being honest. I don't care. I don't care about the Clippers. Rondo should be in the game 20.
Exactly. Why is Rondo only getting 9-10 minutes a game? You trade, or not 9-10 minutes. He's getting 15, I think. But why trade for him to be your, to run your offense? And then Rondo should start. Rondo's a good player. Playoff Rondo, it's legit. It's real. It's a real thing.
This is why this pick is going to shock the world.
Playoff Rondo is. Yeah.
It might.
He might be up there with Magic Johnson, Isaiah Thomas. Playoff Rondo, I'm talking, not regular Rajon.
That is an extremely hot take. I don't think I agree with that, but he's a very solid player.
Playoff Rondo is a walking triple-double.
Yeah, he is. I actually saw today that Rick Carlisle says they haven't been calling plays because he remembers the plays. He played for them 6 years ago, and he remembers the plays. That's insane. That's an insane move, and that's why there.
Played for Mavericks.
Yeah, for him and Rick Carlisle hated each other. It was a wild move, but yeah. That's why I'm taking the Clippers tomorrow. I know that's crazy. I'm taking the Clippers.
The Clippers have to get one game. They're not winning the series.
That's why I want to bring up this point. Kawhi Leonard isn't getting swept. It's not in his nature. He's going to win a game. I also think you got to look at it this way. The Mavericks hit almost every single shot they took in the third quarter. If you look at it, they hit almost every single shot in the third quarter. You're going to win games if you don't miss a shot in a quarter.
Tim Hardaway is playing electric right now.
Yeah, he hit a huge 3-pointer that that was huge. But I just don't see Kawhi getting swept. I think now Ty Lue's learned that Patrick Beverley needs to play less and Rondo needs to play more. I definitely think they pick up a win for sure. I don't see him getting swept. I think it's going to be this game though. If it isn't this game, then they're obviously. I don't see him winning game 4. I think they win this game. I don't think they win it easily, but I wouldn't be surprised. I think the Clippers win this game, not easily, but I think they win it by 5 or 6 points. I think they cover that 2 points. They're currently the favorites still. I don't know how. They're -2.5, or they're -2. You could take a -2 money line either way. I think the Clippers are definitely going to win. I like them the -2. So my roundup for tomorrow, I love the Hawks, love a money line. I like them a lot with the minus. I like a -4 a lot too. I love the Nets, not just for the game, but also for first half. Love them. I think they'll dominate them tomorrow. And I like the Clippers a lot. So now this leads me into Saturday. Folks, I am rattling off the picks. I'm giving it to you. I'm locked in.
We should have won them. They should have got a pen and paper real quick.
Yeah, Ruane, start writing this down. We know you're struggling.
Ruane's definitely struggling because he doesn't want to come on. He doesn't want to show his face in front of the people.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. Rags, I'm out here looking out for you too. Anybody? So Saturday, the Sixers are going to Washington. The Sixers are doing exactly what I intended for them to do. They're currently -5.5. Take that right now, because that will not be the same by the time the game starts. They'll be probably -6.5, maybe even 7 by the time the game starts. Take that right now. I also love them for the first half too. Whatever they will be, they're probably -2.5, maybe they're probably -3. Take them for the first half too.
I'm a big first half. I know. Yeah, I would take them. I mean, Washington though at home, their first game at home this series. They might come out hot. I'm not saying the Sixers are losing. The Sixers are winning all 4 games. Wizards might come out hot in that first half.
You're right, but I'll stay off. I'll stay off the halftime, even though I like it a lot. Don't mind sprinkle that a little bit, but for sure 5.5. You need to get that right now because that would not be 5.5 by the time the game starts.
What it's going to be is. I mean, I don't know. Russell Westbrook's probably going to play. I know he rolled his ankle twice the other day. Bradley Beal, they're going to come out hot, firing because they're at their home arena. But I think that second half, we make adjustments and we just pull away.
The Sixers are going to pull away. Even if they end up being -7.5, I still love them. But 5.5 is way too good right now at that price. That's unbelievable for a team that's just outplaying this team. They're much better. Definitely take them. Right now, there's no line for the Heat. Bucks, they no giving points. Obviously, I assume the Bucks are going to beat them, but that was also my first round pick. I told a lot of people about that. The Bucks were going to sweep the Heat. I talked to a lot of people about that. I thought the Heat were probably the most overrated team coming into this playoffs. The Heat aren't good. Sorry to break it to Kevin Cassandi. I know you're a big Heat guy. I know you're a big Jimmy Butler guy. The Bucks, they had absolutely zero. Go ahead.
No. The Bucks had the absolute best defensive scheme that you could have drawn up. Stop Jimmy Butler, you stop the entire Miami Heat team. If he's not facilitating, that means that Tyler Hero is not getting his shots, Duncan Robinson's not getting his shots, Bam Adebayo is not being able to, do his own thing, and the Bucks have just completely.
It's insane to me that a coach like Eric Spoelstra, who I think is unbelievable coach, didn't come up with a game plan whatsoever for Giannis. I mean, he's done everything he wanted. It's like he's playing in a. I don't know, like a rec league. It's like, no, there's no defense on him. He's dunking, he's shooting, the guy's been dominating. There's no answer. The Heat don't stand a chance. It's honestly, it's been embarrassing. Every game has been a blowout, like 20-point blowout. It's ugly. The Bucks were like a huge pick of mine. I would take them. I don't know what they're going to be giving, so I'd back away from that. Definite money line, even if you got to. It's probably going to be -250 or something like that, but they're guaranteed. That's the biggest lock I could give you. They're guaranteed to sweep the Heat. It's a guaranteed. I'm staying away from the Nuggets Blazers because a big part of my betting scheme is that's another series I actually got right perfectly. Blazers first game, Nuggets second game. Just wanted to mention that out there too.
That's got Game 7 written all over it.
That's got game 7. How I see it is like I don't like the game hasn't been played tonight while we're filming. The Lakers are currently playing right now, so we don't know what's going to happen in Game 3.
Wait, the Nuggets and Blazers I think are playing. I think that they started 10, I think.
Oh, did they start at 10?
Let me check. I believe they're playing. Maybe they're not. Yeah.
They are playing. They are playing.
34-26 Nuggets are winning right now.
I liked I didn't like that game at all tonight. I actually told people I would have not probably taking the Blazers, but I'm not saying that because the thing I would have stayed away from this game all day. So yeah, that's why I'm staying away from this series currently because I want to see how it goes. It's got Game 7 written all over it.
Who do you got? Who do you got winning that series?
I got the Blazers winning that series just because. Now, hear me out. Damian Lillard tends to do this. He did this 2 years ago in the OKC matchup. He came out kind of slow in the second and third game, and then he came out in like that fourth, fifth, sixth game and started really heating up. I think he'll do the same here.
It's a shame because this series would have been over if Jamal Murray was playing.
The series would have been series
now,
probably would have been at max 5 games if Jamal Murray played. They would have.
I think I got to agree with you on this. I think the Blazers come out Game 7, they win it because I expect it to go back and forth. Each game. If the Nuggets were to win, say though, and go into the next round, they're done. They're not getting by the Lakers. I think they're lined up with the Lakers.
The Blazers. I say this all the time. The Blazers are the ultimate first round team. They usually always win in the first round, and then they get blown out in the second round. That's usually how they do their thing. Damian Lillard kills it in the first round. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, all this momentum!" And then they play 3 games and they're down 3-0 and they got obliterated by every game. And you're like, "Yeah, playoff game is not a thing. It's just not a thing." I think the Blazers pull out that series. If you can bet the series line, see what it's at, especially now that I think they'll probably end up losing this game from what it looks like. I would bet them after for sure. They'll probably be good odds, probably like plus 180, 200. I like them a lot. I absolutely love, and I mean love, and I've been betting this team a lot, but I'm going against them. I love the Jazz -5 Saturday night against the Grizzlies. The Jazz are a much better team. They were up 20 points at halftime. They let it slip a little bit last game. Obviously, John Morant's been playing unbelievable basketball. That kid's a stud. But the Grizzlies aren't. They don't match up well against the Jazz. Gobert's been playing great.
Yeah, to me, they're another team that needs a couple years to develop. Obviously, John Morant's very good. You have some other key pieces in there. You get them all together. But, Memphis got in from the play-in game. They beat the Warriors, who the Warriors.
Memphis is probably kind of tired at this point. They've been playing almost every other night for the last 2 weeks. They're going to be a little tired. The Jazz, Donovan Mitchell back. He played great the other night. I'm not a huge Mitchell guy.
And the Jazz were, the first seed for the large portion of the season, and that's for a reason. You know what I mean? Like, you don't just
my point is let's just say the Jazz actually, like, they were literally up 20 points, 74-54 at halftime. I had the Jazz that night. And I just literally was like, they're just a way better team. Yeah. And how I see it is the Memphis made a last-second push right before the third quarter to bring it to like 4 or 5 points, which was unbelievable. And then Utah locked it in because they've got a much better coach. Quinn Snyder's a great coach. Locked it in, blew them out at the end. And to me, the Grizzlies should be at least +9 this whole entire series. The fact that they're only +5, that's surefire lock. I love them I'm also going to love them first half. I'm a huge first half bettor if you guys haven't noticed when it comes to the NBA. They're probably going to be -2.5, maybe -3. I absolutely love them. So I want to recap real quick. For Friday night. I love the Hawks. I like them -4.5. I like them -4, but I absolutely love them money line. Love them money line. If you want my lock, they're locked for minus.
Coming off of that game where they should have won, but they did not shoot the ball well.
Exactly.
They'll get a win.
I also like the Hawks to finish that series up in 6 games. I'm being honest. I don't see it going 7. I think the Hawks are a way better team. I see maybe the Knicks can pull out the Game 5 win. I think the Hawks handle them at home, though. I think they win both games. Going back to New York, I think maybe
it doesn't matter whoever's winning that series are getting swept in the second round.
Yeah, they're getting swept in the second round, and that's what at the end I'm going to go over that. I absolutely love the Nets. I love them first half, and I love them for the game. Get it now because I have a feeling people are going to start really betting that because the Brooklyn is looking way better. I really, really like the Clippers -2 against the Mavericks. I do. I really like them. Stay away from that for I hope you're writing this down, by the way. I'm going to need you to write this down just to keep track of these. But
I'm voice recording so I can have them.
So yes, that's my slate. I got technically 4 picks. So Hawks money line, Nets first half probably -4, and for the whole game -7.5. Like them both, and I love the Clippers. I really, really love the Clippers -2 for Friday. So I got 4 picks Friday. For Saturday, sorry. Get this now. I'm telling you folks, get this now. The Sixers -5.5 is way too good. If the minute you hear this, get this in, it will not be -5.5 by the time the game starts. I guarantee that will go up at least 2, maybe even 3 points. People are going to bet the house on the Sixers. They're a way better team. They have a ton of momentum. Ben Simmons is angry about all the, people talking trash to him on Twitter. I also like him a lot. I'm still going to take him. I'm going to ride with him. I like him first half as well. I think they come out. I think they just blow out the Wizards. I really do. Maybe they come out a little bit slow. I wouldn't sprint. No, I'm going with them. I got faith in my team. First half Sixers and absolutely hammered, but get it in now, folks. Important. Get it in now, 5.5. That's way too little. The Bucks, whatever they are, just take a money line. I don't know what the points are going to be, but definitely take the Bucks money line. They're going to sweep them. That was my guaranteed lock. Blazers, take them for the series. And hopefully they actually lose tonight so you can get them at way better odds. Take them for the series, the Blazers. I think they definitely pull out a
Dude, I don't know about you. Did you see this video of Damian Lillard's dunk tonight?
No, I didn't see that.
This is why, this guy's literally one of my favorite players. I'm pissed that you have him on your current team for our 2K matchup, which, by the way, we will be taking bets on that game as well. So we'll post some stuff out. We're going to get it going. Bryce and I are going to live stream those games. So definitely check out those rosters once again. But you got to check out this dunk.
By the way, I was going to point out some people have been coming up to me and saying my team's going to absolutely love. He flies out of nowhere. It's crazy.
Two defenders.
Yeah, that's wild.
So good.
Blazers for sure are going to win the series.
After that, 100%.
And absolutely love this. This is so low. But get into this. Bet this now. Also like the Sixers. Utah is way too good to be given 5 points to the Grizzlies. They are way too good. I could see this game being an absolute blowout.
They shouldn't even lost the first game because Donovan Mitchell wanted to play that game and the team doctor sat him out.
Yeah. They should have swept them. I actually bet the Memphis +9 that night, and they ended up winning the game, which was crazy. Just because Donovan Mitchell wasn't playing, I knew the Jazz were going to have to rely on Bogdanovich to do a majority of their scoring. He's more of a second option type guy. He plays really well in the second option, not a first option guy. So I knew they would struggle there. But
how's
the
Jazz series?
He's playing okay.
He gets a hot hand every once in a while.
That's what I mean. Gobert's playing unreal. People aren't talking about that. He's playing unbelievable right now. It's another guy that hasn't been mentioned. Yeah, the Jazz are going to handle them easily that game. I also want to say the Lakers are going to win this series against the Suns no matter what. LeBron James doesn't lose in the first round. I hate LeBron. I do. But I call it how it is. The guy's not going to lose this series. It might go 6 games, maybe even 7, but he's not losing this game. The NBA also won't allow him to lose this game. Lose the series. And that's what brings me in to my long-term option. I got to give a shout out to Jack Bergman, who told me about this about a week ago, and I couldn't believe it. So I had to check out the odds for myself, and they were actually pretty much the same. Parlay this, the Sixers to win their conference and the Lakers to win their conference, $75, probably a little bit less now that the Sixers they're going to sweep the Wizards. You probably need to bet a little bit more, but I got it. Parlay this for sure. This is way too good odds. I got it $75, pays $1,083. That's unbelievable. To me, any team with LeBron James on it is going to the finals. It doesn't matter how much the team struggles. Literally, the starting lineup could be me, Jimmy, Pat Wayne, and Ant Cabuto starting at center. They're going to the finals with LeBron James on their team. And then the Sixers are going to sweep the Wizards. And then the next round, they have it really easy. They're either going to play the Hawks or the Knicks. Both teams still dominate. So pretty much they're set up to play either the Nets or the Bucks. And I like them both matched up against both teams. I think they can win it. I also bet the Sixers to win the finals before the playoffs started. They were +750. That was way too good of odds for a team that the Nets were +200. The Lakers were +250. The Sixers odds were way too good. They're a very, very good team. But yeah, I love that as a long-term bet. I love most of the picks I gave. I also think, now that we got an Instagram posted and stuff, even days that we don't post, I'm going to get Jimmy to start posting out my best bets, I think, throughout the playoffs, because I've really analyzed this playoff tree, and I'm currently on fire. I'm not going to lie. I've missed 1 game so far out of 8 games, I think. 8 games, yes, out of 8 games, which is I got to keep the hot hand. I got to deliver for the fans.
I mean, 8-1, you're headed towards like the best playoff record out of any team organization. You know what I mean? Like we're headed towards like 2017 Golden State Warriors territory now. You know what I mean? Like
I texted in this group chat.
We're talking 2001 LA Lakers now. When you're going 8-1, you win these next couple of games, maybe sitting at like 11, 12-1. Like, come on now.
I texted in this group chat with Vince Junta, Kevin Gasandi, and Nick Martello were in it, and they can confirm. People were asking for locks or something like that, and I said Knicks, Sixers, and who was the other team? And Lakers money line the other night, and that hit. And I made sure to mention that in the group chat. I sent them a complete lock parlay. But yeah, I'm hot right now. Ride with the hand. I know I disappointed the fans the other week, but that's why I had to sit down, lock in. I told Jim,
recalibrate, take a break, take a week off, get the mind right, and then you come back, and it's just pure dominance.
Yeah, and I'm going to come back to this obviously, and I'm also going to have Jimmy definitely post my pick for the Bucks, see what they're giving, and then give my opinion on that, and probably same for the Blazers game 4 as well. But no, I'm feeling good. I think Jim even likes my picks, which is surprising. He's usually
I'm feeling confident. With the ones you got it off. I don't. The couple times I said the first half bets, I'm not too.
I'm big on the first half bets. I've always been big on that.
Especially that Washington. I mean, they're pissed off. I mean, Russell Westbrook just got a bag of popcorn dumped on his head last night. I mean, he's coming. He's dropping a triple double Saturday night, easy. So if he comes out hot to start that first half, Bradley Beal starts hitting some 3-pointers. It might be close. I'm not saying it's going to be close the whole entire game because it's not.
If it comes out like that, bet the Sixers money line live because the Sixers are going to win. They're going to sweep this team. Bet them now, -5.5, and bet the Utah Jazz -5 right now. I promise you guys, by the time Saturday in the afternoon rolls around, that those lines will be way different. They will be way, way different. You need to bet that right now. Yeah, that's it. Bryce's best bets. I'm feeling good, Ruane. I promise you, I'm going to dig you out of that hole. I'm digging you out of it. I got you.
All right, we're going to head over to some trivia real quick. We're going to run it back with some trivia. I don't know if you'll know this one, but there's only been one team between both conferences that were eliminated by a sweep in the first round. Which team was it?
That's a tough one. I got.
It's a tough one. This is the first time of me hearing this.
I think I might know it, but
all right. Well, we'll leave that once again. There's only been one team between the two conferences that were eliminated by a sweep 4-0 in the first round. Which team was it? So do what you got to do. Get your answers logged in. We'll post that later tonight. But that's about it. Tonight we're going to talk about obviously the series with the Wizards and the Philadelphia Sixers. We're also going to talk about a little bit of other things that we got going on right now. Majority NBA playoff talk though tonight. It's big time. We're excited. A lot to look forward to. See you guys soon.